No worries, no worries. Thank you, Vijay and Chloe. Right, so I'll talk to you about four key areas, really. Firstly, I'll tell you a little bit about Croydon's tech ecosystem, which I think you've heard a little bit about from Saffron. I'll talk to you about how we are using digital solutions to make the council better. I'll share with you what Smart City means to us and some of the work that we've been doing to bring Smart City solutions to the borough. And I'll talk to you about how you can get involved in the Croydon digital community. We would love for you to all be involved. So, first of all, Croydon's tech ecosystem. Sorry, I'm going to have to keep flicking back and forth. So for those of you who are not familiar with Croydon, it has been described as an up-and-coming tech hub. There was some research done last year by Hacker Young, who placed Croydon in the top 7 destinations in London for tech and the top 10 in the UK. We had 2,500 new startups last year, and prior to COVID, our tech sector had grown by 41%. In the last 5 years, with over 8,000 jobs. Companies including Unicodo, Digital, Natterbox, Hozar, Home Office Digital are just some of the members of our thriving tech community. We also have a number of co-working spaces and incubator spaces, including Sussex Innovation, Tomorrow, Nexus, Business Exchange Hub, AMP House, and of course, Startup Croydon, which you've heard about from Saffron. We are also really proud of the Croydon digital platform and community. It's something that was created a couple of years ago with the aim of proactively bringing together and promoting Croydon's digital data and technology community. The community includes Croydon businesses, tech professionals, residents, community groups, the council itself, and wider public sector organisations. And the aim is to foster collaboration, networking opportunities, and promoting Croydon's digital scene. The platform provides latest news, blog posts, etc. from our tech community, updates on latest events, like today's event, recruitment opportunities locally, career advice and skills, resources for non-digital businesses, and we're also building a business directory that will hopefully enable B2B connections. So as you can see, we have a really, really lovely community. We have some people who are really, really passionate about being from Croydon and being part of the community there, and we would love to invite you to be part of that community. And we are absolutely delighted that LSBU is forming part of the Croydon community, and we really feel that LSBU's digital hub will bring forward a new wave of exciting developments for the borough and for the community, and really, take Croydon to that next level. So I'll talk to you next about what we're doing, what we're using, how we're using digital solutions to make the council better. So my team, I sit within Croydon Digital Service at the council, called CDS, not to be confused with Croydon Digital, the community. This is Croydon Digital Service. Our work spans across 3 broad areas, basically. So we have digital council, digital services, and digital borough. And we cover everything from how the council uses basic software to operate effectively as an organisation, to deploying public sector, public digital infrastructure, connectivity, smart city and IoT solutions, etc. across the borough. We are a really forward-thinking, innovative organisation, and we really care about pushing forward a digital agenda. We want to make Croydon a better place through a digital journey that will drive connected places, connected services, and deliver services more effectively and more efficiently through data and connectivity. We're really privileged to be under the leadership of Neil Williams, who's our Chief Digital Officer. He was previously at GDS, Government Digital Service, since its inception in 2011. He was the head of gov.uk, the government's single website. So at CDS, under his leadership, we follow best practice from the Cabinet Office, user-centred design, and we really use those to transform how the council delivers sustainable, modern, and efficient services. You may have heard the challenges that Croydon Council has faced in the past months and the past year. And so CDS has been tasked with a huge digital transformation process and challenge to bring the council to the next stage where we are making things more efficient. And we are now currently working to develop a new delivery roadmap to help us kind of work through those challenges. And we really have a big challenge at hand, and we're recruiting at the moment. So we are looking for new people to join the team. So please check out Croydon Digital about these opportunities. So lots happening there. I'll move on now and talk to you about how Croydon is developing as a smart city itself, some of the things that we're doing. I'll come to that in a second. So firstly, what does smart city mean to Croydon? It's not tech for the sake of tech. It's not doing stuff because it's cool. For us, it really is very much focused on practical, real-world use of technology and technology solutions, putting the user needs first. So what will help our residents in their day-to-day lives? How will it help our services deliver effectively and more efficiently? So we want to establish public digital infrastructure that will allow us to gather real-time data and intelligence. And as I said, I talked about earlier, developing connected services that all speak to each other and not working in silos, and creating a connected place. And part of that is that resident engagement. We want our citizens to be able to connect with the local authority more easily. We want to enable our services to deliver more efficiently, and make decisions based on concrete data, not just think that they think are true. And this is all underpinned, and we're sitting here at the university today, underpinned by the importance of developing digitally skilled population. We want our residents and our businesses to be prepared for the fourth industrial revolution, and we want them to be able to thrive in the digital era. So I'll talk to you a little bit about what we've been doing and things that we hopefully will be bringing forward soon. So connectivity, obviously, is a fundamental part of a smart city. You cannot have smart city without the connectivity. So we've been focusing really hard on bringing full fibre deployment to bring the fastest possible speeds. And we're also trying to tackle our not spots, because obviously you might be on a call and suddenly it drops out, and that's no good to anybody. And especially in light of the recent sort of year and a half of people working from home, that connectivity piece is absolutely critical. So some of the things that we have been doing, you'll see the picture on the screen. We've developed a digital infrastructure toolkit. We're really proud of this piece of work. It's something that we did following DCMS guidance, and it's all about how telecoms providers, code operators can work with the council in an open access, non-exclusive way to deploy full fibre, deploy 4G connectivity. And we were the first local authority in the country last year to develop and sign an open access agreement for deployment of 4G small cells with a company called Freshwave. We are now in the second phase of delivering 4G small cells across the borough with them. They've been a fantastic partner. It's been working really well so far. And the exciting thing is not only does it give us a very quick way to improve mobile coverage, but it's also preparing us and the borough for 5G. Secondly, it's allowed us to now move on and sign a second agreement with another telecoms company called BT Wholesale. It's again an open access, non-exclusive agreement, and they will be deploying 4G small cells across the borough soon as well. On the full fibre side, we've made great strides with a company called Community Fibre. We've worked with them over the last couple of years. We've granted them a borough-wide way leave for all council-owned social housing, and they have very recently completed 100% deployment of FTTP to all council-owned social housing. They are now moving on to other residential areas, private housing, business areas, businesses, etc. And we are moving on to talking to other businesses, other full fibre providers to get even more coverage across the borough, because of course social housing assets is one thing, but we have the rest of the borough to tackle as well, and we really very, very quickly need to get rid of this copper cable that's just slowing everybody down. So moving on, I will talk a little bit more about the wider sort of public digital infrastructure that we've been deploying and trialing out. So we've trialed various things in the past few years, things from air quality monitoring on our construction sites, helping us to monitor better, and if there are if anyone's sort of breaking any rules or breaking any, polluting too much, then we can do something about it. Smart parking, housing sensors to monitor temperature, damp, etc. Heating, district heating pump sensors, pothole detection, all sorts of things. What I'll talk to you today is about some of our live examples of things that we've got going on at the moment. So electric vehicle charging points, it's a really, really important thing, I think. We have a target of deploying 400 points across the borough by 2022. It's a big challenge, and I think we'd like to do more. We need to do more. What we're trying to do is work with a number of different providers to try and reach those targets. The additional challenge is kind of working with industry to make sure that we have a standardized approach, because we really do want a future-proofed solution. We don't want to have to dig everything up in a couple of years and put in new sensors. We've got to make sure, charging points, we've got to make sure as much as possible that it's standardized and it's future-proofed, as I said. We are working to upgrade our CCTV community safety network of cameras, so we're trying to digitize those. So that's something that is in the process. It's been slowed down a little bit because of COVID, but hopefully that will be coming very soon, but it's something we're working on actively. We're also working on a project with, it's a South London Partnership project, Internet of Things project. It's a program across the 5 boroughs of South London, so Croydon, Merton, Kingston, Richmond and Sutton. So Sutton is the lead borough, and we've been sort of given grant funding of £4 million across these 5 boroughs. It's a 3-year programme, and the objective of this is to trial IoT technology and see what works, what doesn't work, and what benefits we get from it. The benefits that we're trying to get out of it is business rates retention, economic growth. We've slightly had more flexibility as a result of COVID to focus on more health and well-being solutions as well. So some of the things that we're doing in Croydon as part of this project is, as you'll see on the screen, so we're deploying traffic sensors to support our Healthy Neighbourhoods project, and the objective of that project is to try and reduce idling on some of our busy high streets, community sort of areas, encourage people to walk more, and really just improve behaviour patterns, and then see if the air quality is improving. So that trial will be going live very soon. We're mobilising at the moment. We will be deploying some air quality sensors as part of the Breathe London network. Again, we're mobilising, those should be going out soon as well. And we're building up a use case for temperature and damp sensors to monitor health and well-being for residents living in extra care sheltered housing. So we're working that up. We want to see, is there any fuel poverty? If the temperature is this way or that way, if the damp is this way or that way, is it affecting people's health? And also, if the temperature isn't fluctuating and a resident hasn't been moving around, are they unwell? Do they need help? Should we send somebody over? So that should be, we're still finalising that use case. We really want to get the outcomes and the support. Like, if somebody needs to be called, who's going to take that call? Resource is always an issue at the council, so that's always the number one question. Well, who's going to do something with this when we have this data? And lastly, you've probably heard from Marcus already, we are working on a project with Lokiva to deliver 3 digital town hubs across the borough. It's very, very exciting. We've started deploying already to Purley, South Norwood and Thornton Heath, and Lokiva also already present in Crystal Palace. So we're really, really excited to be working with Marcus and Lokiva. This platform will enable our local community on a hyper-local basis, high street businesses, local residents, to engage directly with each other in real time, and it will be supported by footfall sensors, IoT sensors, that will give us real-time information about how busy an area is, how busy a shop is. If a shop is not busy, they can put out offers, these sorts of things. So we're really excited to see how this develops. And there's a lot of marketing happening at the moment to try and get businesses and residents signed up. And we'll hopefully give you more updates on how that progresses soon. But yeah, if you live in the area, download the app. I'm sure you'll find lots of exciting offers. The next project I wanted to talk to you about is actually, you're all very, very lucky people. This is all very confidential. It hasn't been publicly announced yet, but I have been given the okay to tell you a little bit at high level because it is a very exciting project. So we're working with our partners, Valo, Smart City, to deploy smart bus shelters and street furniture across the borough. These bus shelters will, of course, have digital panels which will have advertising, but also it will allow the council to deliver messaging, again, in real time if there's emergency notices, if there's things that we've got going on that we want to share with our residents. Again, it's that digital engagement, resident engagement that we can do directly with our residents. So it's a really exciting feature. It will also have separate digital wayfinding panels, which will have live traffic information, service updates. Again, really interactive with the resident, giving them live updates. And we have sensors to monitor air quality, traffic, noise, as well as CCTV for security. So if anyone's bashing it, then we get to find out quickly. And then free public Wi-Fi. So some of the things that we're looking at, we're still exploring, is for people who might be visually impaired or whatever, they might need to have a way to download the updates on their phone, etc. These are things that we're looking at. We'd like to have these opportunities in the future, but it's all possible because all the key ingredients are there. And the beauty of it is, of the smart bus shelter, is that these sensors are all integrated. So it's kind of bespoke, and it gives us a really great opportunity across these various locations in the borough to get real-time information about how busy is it, how are people using the area, are they walking, are they travelling by public transport, are they, how many cars are going past, how good or bad is the air quality. So again, we will have some concrete data rather than sort of making educated guesses, as we're often forced to do at the council. I'll give you a little sneak peek as to what it looks like. This is a picture of the prototype. This is hopefully what it will look like. And as you will see, it has the digital screen on one side, the wayfinding screen on the other, and it's the roof structure that holds all of the smart city sensors. And if I move on to the next slide, you'll be able to see a little bit closer what the wayfinding screen looks like. So you'll have the usual sort of bus arrival countdown, and then we have the map, and then at the bottom you have the service updates from trains and tubes and things like that. So we are really, really excited about this project. As I said, still quite confidential, so I can't give you more details than that, but hopefully that's given you a little bit of a taste of what's to come in the borough. I'll come to that in a minute. So the next thing that's really, really important, actually I will go to that slide, save me flicking back later. Last, but by no means least, is our journey to developing Croydon as a smart city, is really helping our resident engagement piece. We need to make sure that our residents and our businesses are able to get online, that they are able to do all the things that we need them to do, to use all this wonderful smart city technology and artificial intelligence and all these things that we have, is no good if people don't have the skills to use it. And also it's really, really important for us as a council, because we have such limited resources, we need our residents to be able to self-serve, where they need to be able to go on our website and help themselves. And I think most people want to help themselves. They don't want to be on a call waiting to be helped by somebody. They want to be able to do these things. So we want to be able to enable them with the skills. So we have people in our community who don't have any digital skills. We don't have people who don't have any connectivity, who don't have any devices, and we need to help them. There's also businesses. I think there's a big assumption that if you have a business, then of course you know how to get online, of course you know how to do social media and all these sorts of things that you need to do, but it's absolutely not true, and I think we need to support our residents and our businesses with that. So basic digital literacy, how to, build and develop your business using all the online tools and e-commerce tools that are existing, because otherwise they're just going to fall behind, and that's absolutely not what we want. We want to bring our residents on the journey with us. So really, it's just about making sure we're bringing our residents on the journey with us, that they can engage directly with us, they can get the benefits of the digital era, but also from a business perspective, we want to make sure that our residents have the skills, whether they're at school or at college or at university or in the workplace, that they're constantly developing those digital skills so that our businesses have that digital talent pipeline that they need to thrive in the future. These pictures here, these are some of the things that we developed during COVID, actually. We were running a couple of projects where we were going out and training elderly residents, vulnerable residents who were not able to go out and train themselves how to get online. So we created these guides and shared it with them. Again, it was on the assumption that they have devices and connectivity, but if they needed to know, oh, how do I connect to my Wi-Fi? What's this button mean? Then these guides are very, very simple. We used, again, sort of accessibility standards to make sure it was at the right reading level, the fonts were right, the colours were right, all of those things to make sure that our most vulnerable residents were able to get online. So, just bringing me to my last point, which is to invite you all to join the Croydon digital community. We want you to be part of the community, even if it's as little as going to our website, which is croydon.digital, and subscribing and getting updates on all the wonderful things that are happening. But if you can help us support us further, it would be great. The Croydon Digital Platform, as I said, was set up as a community initiative. We want everybody to be part of it, and we want you to contribute. So write blog posts about what you're doing, host events, and we'll share it. Share your recruitment opportunities, list your business, and if you want to go one step further, you can help us actually maintain and develop the platform itself. If you want to do some web development, update our business directory, you are more than welcome to come and do that. We want as much participation as possible. So that's all from me. If you have any questions, come and find me. Happy to chat further. But thank you all for listening. Thank you so much for your time.